Hello everyone, welcome to my The Way Home official channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Way Home takes viewers on a trip through time and emotion as its complex story develops, delving into the intricacies of family dynamics, the passing of time, and the enduring power of love and grief. As characters struggle with the weight of their pasts and the uncertainty of their futures, we witness crucial moments in both the past and present in this episode, fittingly titled Unraveling the Threads of Time. In a moving scene that takes place in the year 2000, teens Kat and Brady are at the Point Cafe looking for comfort from the chaos in their separate home life. While having dinner, Kat confides in Brady about the challenges she's having at home. Brady then gives a sincere invitation for her to move to Minneapolis and start again. But as their plans get underway, a police car suddenly pulls up, hinting at the awful events that will take place. When word of Colton's deadly vehicle accident reaches the Landry household, teenage Kat and her friends struggle to deal with the abrupt and tragic loss. During a touching moment, Kat reaches out to Elliot out of instinct, showing how deeply connected they are and how their friendship endures beyond time. In 2023, as Kat gets ready for a weekend getaway, we find her struggling with the burdens of her past. She confides in her ally Elliot, seeking comfort and explanations, and tells him of her plan to travel across time to discover the truth behind her father's sad tragedy. Elliot may have doubts, but Kat is unwavering in her resolve because she is constantly seeking answers and closure. We follow Kat as she sets out on her historical adventure, taking us back to 2000, when she is just entering adolescence and battling the intricacies of family dynamics and the unstoppable passage of time. She watches from a distance, holding her breath in fear, as her younger self says goodbye to her father, Colton, not realizing the terrible fate that awaits him. Kat jumps at the chance to disappear into the shadows, while Colton embarks on a perilous trip, determined to solve the riddles of the past and change the path of history. In the meantime, Elliot is struggling with the weight of his own history and the uncertainty of the future in the present, and he is plagued by flashbacks of youthful Kat. He faces the harsh realities of the present with Alice at his side. Spencer and Zoe join them, and the happy news serves as a painful reminder of how quickly time passes and the priceless moments that pass by. As the episode comes to an end, viewers are gripped by Kat's quest into the past, which culminates in the revelation of her father's accident's true cause. The protagonists, heartbroken and filled with raw emotions, wrestle with the brutal reality of loss and longing, the unstoppable march of time, and the eternal power of love to rise above even the deepest shadows. Conclusively, The Way Home persists in enthralling viewers with its alluring amalgamation of drama, intrigue, and romance, delving into the complexities of familial connections and the everlasting pursuit of veracity and salvation. Viewers are left excitedly anticipating the next installment in the Landry family drama as they set out on a voyage of self-discovery, healing, and finally, homecoming, as the series barrels towards its suspenseful finale. Two adolescents, Kat and Brady, found comfort in each other's companionship in the little town of Point. While having dinner at the quaint Point Cafe, Kat told Brady about the unrest that was starting to happen back home. Brady, ever the defender, noticed that her life was far from perfect and unexpectedly invited her to come with me to Minneapolis. A police vehicle drove by with its siren blaring as they were leaving the cafe. Brady saw it as a cosmic cue, a push from destiny. Upon returning to the Landrys, they were told with dismay that their close friend Colton had not survived a vehicle accident. Kat automatically sought for Elliot's hand in her anguish, finding comfort in their mutual pain. Let's go ahead to 2023. Uncertain about what had become of Colton, Kat packed a toiletry bag and left her current existence behind. Determined, she arrived at Elliot's doorstep. "I must go back and review the past," she admitted. The past of Colton. They set out on a trip together, a temporal leap. Kat's travel destination is 2000. She watched from the farm as Colton left her adolescent self behind and headed for the train station. His eyes were full of secrets, and Kat felt that her answers might be found there. Ignoring her, Colton went into the house and got his misplaced keys. Seizing the chance, Kat slipped into his truck's bed. She held on to the belief that this covert journey might reveal the secrets of fate as Colton drove off. Elliot struggled with his own recollections back in 2023. He thought back to teen Kat, leaving for the University of Minnesota. His confidant Alice snapped him out of his trance. "The past has not been kind," she acknowledged. "Maybe it's time to let go of it." Elliot respected her knowledge. In the meantime, beaming with happiness, Spencer and Zoe entered the scene. Spencer had a successful cooking job at the Roxy. Their contentment stood in stark contrast to Kat's search for answers. Alice came to understand the price of living in the past, a present abandoned. Elliot wondered what ties these people together as the sun began to set. Colton's truck, the Point Cafe, and the passing moments all had hints of love, grief, and salvation. Maybe, just maybe, the secret to their broken spirits was in the past. Thus the echoes resonated across time, entwining fates and leaving us with a yearning that was both bittersweet and satisfying. The Point Cafe stood as a witness, the whispered vows, tears, and laughter of those who entered rebounding off its walls. A heart-stopping scene occurs in the first scene of the show when Colton reaches his location without realizing that fate is hovering above him. From a distance, adult Kat sees her father get out of his truck and walk up to a house, where a woman greets him with open arms. Unexpectedly, Kat discovers as she approaches the house that Colton is in a grief support group, trying to come to terms with the tragic death of his son, Jacob. Colton expresses his inner anguish and worries that he won't be able to handle the challenges of marriage and motherhood after tragedy, and the moment is filled with real emotion. His tears serve as a moving reminder of the severe effects of loss and the never-ending quest for meaning and purpose in its wake. In the meantime, Dell and Alice set out on their own soul-searching journey in 2023, facing the ghosts of their past and realizing the transformational power of forgiveness and acceptance. Experiencing personal remorse, Alice confides in Dell that she has been dwelling too much on the past, ignoring the present and losing out on opportunities to make new acquaintances and connections. Dell, who is always the voice of reason and wisdom, gives Alice a moving reminder of life's cycles and exhorts her to welcome change and appreciate the beauty of the here and now. Accompanying her father on a tragic voyage back to Port Haven, adult Kat finds herself struggling with the weight of her father's imminent fate as the episode approaches its emotional crescendo. Kat finds herself stuck between stopping tragedy and letting time and fate take their course. She can't decide whether to act or let fate take its course. She has a heartbreaking epiphany that the place where her father sends her off would also be the scene of his tragic accident, sending her into a deep hole of sadness and hopelessness. Returning to the present, Elliot is conflicted about whether to help Kat avoid suffering more or to tamper with the delicate relationship between fate and time. Elliot is gripped with dread as Kat reveals her plans to change history and stop her father's death, alerting her to the possible repercussions of interfering with time itself. Their exchange serves as a moving reminder of how fleeting life is and how much our decisions affect the world in which we live. To sum up, The Way Home offers a strong and very moving episode that explores the core of loss, grief, and redemption. Characters are compelled to face the inevitable course of fate and the underlying power of love to rise above even the darkest darkness as they battle their inner demons and the harsh realities of their history. Viewers are left on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the next installment in the Landry family drama as the series races towards its suspenseful finale. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.